Hello, sir. I'm just testing some shit out here, bro.
Should be a good one tonight. Both fighters say they are primed, coming off a very intense and passionate training camp.
Remember, guys, obey my commands at all times. Let's have a good, clean fight. Touch him up.
First round underway in this scheduled 10-rounder. Showing you some defense there with the block. Real deals! Hurt by a superb hook to the head. Committing to the body work now. He lands the right hand. Unable to land it clean by Reed. Good defensive skill. Right hand did a nice job that time. Well targeting that midsection now with the combo. The Undertaker's crushed by that shot to the head. So he decides to go downstairs early on, and I think he'll be happy with that decision later on.
Well, it tells you that he's a well-prepared fighter. His corner came in here with a good game plan. They understood what they had in front of him. A guy that's going to move a little bit. Start going downstairs, take the air out of the tires, and later on, he'll be in front of you.
He scored well after being hit himself. Teddy, this has the feeling of a fight that very much looks like it'll be a chess match.
Yeah, this is a Bobby Fischer type fight, no doubt about that. It's a matter of who moves their pawn, and each guy doing a real careful job and a thoughtful job before they touch those pieces.
Tremendous pace being set early on here between these two. Can't see this fight going the distance with this pace.
No, not unless something changes, like moving their heads a little bit.
Just 10 seconds to go in this round. Well targeted 1-2 by Real Deal. And this round comes to an end. A round that was highly entertaining. They put forth a non-stop effort.
Well, that's the styles that they figured to bring to this fight. Both guys with good motives.
Hits him in the mug with the right. Committing now to the left hand. Good straight shot. That is a strong uppercut there. That keeps up. This is going to be a good night. The right hand scored by Real Deal. The Undertaker starting to bleed from the nose. Big shot he just scored with. Good diving punch. That back pound he just scored the knockout. 1, 2. He went down from a big shot. Now he's got to have some big guts to move along.
You're going to find out exactly what he's made of.
Good 1-2 by Reed. Halfway through this round. Reed's missing the mark by a mile. That just was nowhere to be found. A headshot block. Commits to the overhand right, and it serves him well. And punch right there. Great left hand. And the bell rings, signifying the end of the round.
Keep circling away from that power.
Well, he's back in the corner.
Keep moving side to side, all right? Keep moving.
But it's also
Don't let him get that power
because
shot.
they need to put forth a new defensive game plan.
Yeah, they have
Keep
to make
moving
sure that they buy some time here and start moving their head, using their legs, tying up a little bit, doing anything to kill the clock and not get caught on that cut anymore.
That's a huge left he just scored with. Undertaker stunned, and he cannot block this onslaught. Takes one to give one. He comes back with a right hand. He's putting forth that hard work he did in training camp there, landing a crisp combination. The Undertaker's coming out to fight this round after being knocked down in the previous round. Teddy, any idea you think he's recouped enough?
Well, we're going to find out very quickly by looking at his legs. You're going to look downstairs just like you look downstairs in the basement of a house to see whether or not those bricks are in place or whether or not some of the mortar has kind of disappeared and the bricks are a little loose. You want to see if those legs are stable, if they're firm.
Not what he was looking for. That's a miss right there by Reed.
Stay on the inside.
Little head hunting with the left. Good body shot. The right hand came home. Real deal's cheek is cut. You can see it's opening up now. Boy, that could be a factor later on. Reed showing you a little defensive skill there. Able to move away from that punch. Now he's putting his punches together in a combination upstairs. To the belt line he goes with the left hand. A sound combination by Reed. And that's the end of round 3. Reed's knockdown scored is the big difference in this fight so far. As we start round number 4, he's clearly won 2 of the 3 rounds.
So yes, Joe, but his opponent should not be influenced by that. What I mean is that it's not panic time yet. You know, he still can get back in this fight just doing the things that he came here to do. Use the jab and be steady.
The Undertaker's probably wishing he had you in the corner right now, Teddy, because I know you're very quick to give adjustment advice, to know what your options are now that things haven't gone the way they should have gone for a fighter with a specific style. His style is that of an infighter. It's not working out.
Oh, it's not. You know, I wouldn't even talk to him about it. You gotta bring your feet, you gotta walk in, you gotta take steps, you gotta come behind the jab. He knows that already.
Oh, things opened up. He was in for big shot. He is not meant for life on the outside there, and he just paid the price. He goes down.
Because he didn't make his mind up. If you're not gonna work out this one, you get to a distance where you're safe. He stood there at a bad distance. No man's land.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I give him a lot of credit for even getting up from that knockdown, but he still has to impress and move forward here.
Yeah, I applaud him. I give him credit. But I also recognize that he's in good shape. That's one of the reasons he got up.
He needs to improve the accuracy a little bit. That was comical by Real Deal. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. The Undertaker's just not throwing many jabs here tonight, Teddy. I know that really bothers you. You like a guy that can hit the jab, don't you?
Well, that's boxing 101. I mean, that's the fundamentals. And it has so many areas where it serves you. I mean, it sets up your punches. It sets up your offense, but it controls your defense. Keeps the guy at a certain distance, keeps the guy something to think about. Just the most basic thing in the world.
Combination to the head. Reed's corner has been in positions like this with other fighters. And and sometimes it doesn't go your way. You get a moment to gather yourself here. You're leading on the scorecards, but you still have to stand up and deliver. You see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Scored well up top. Halfway into round number 5 here. He's really doing a fine job here, Teddy. And I know everybody falls in love with the clean, effective puncher, but you can make an argument that he's controlling this fight right now thanks to his head movement.
Yeah, you know, it makes me think about that legendary story about the old great Willie Pep, the Will o' the Wisp. There was a legend that he actually won a round without throwing a punch, just by making his opponent miss, just by big general.
Punches and bunches, combination up top. Good smooth work by Real Deal. That's classic counter punching.
Yeah, what he did was he pulled that right shoulder back. You know, he just pulled it back, gave him the left shoulder, and then gave him the right hand.
Last 10 seconds. Round 5 comes to an end. If a Hollywood director was to stage a fight, this is what the two guys would look at. Like makeup artists got to them.
It's unbelievable. So I have to wonder a little bit if one of these fighters, or maybe both of them, had cuts in training camp and nobody knew it. They came and they hit it in a fight because that's how bad they do.
Nice work, the left hand to the head. Unable to land the uppercut. The Undertaker's in a cycle right now that's not paying off for him. He has been busy. Yes, he's committed to trying to be on the attack, but not enough of these punches are landing.
Now, I would not call this guy in, from what I've seen, to paint my house. Because, I mean, this guy looks like he's doing graffiti for him.
Huge right hand comes crashing home. Good solid 1-2 by Real Deal. The Undertaker's the kind of boxer that wants to do just that. Find the target, get the combination working, land both punches. That was not well targeted by Reed. Flush right hand to the head. Took a shot, now he gives the left. Must be the punch of the day. Both guys bringing home uppercuts. That's a solid right hand by Real Deal. And that's the end of round 6.
Keep your hands up.
Don't worry, hear about guys being
Need you to
calm and
focus.
cool when the
Keep your
pressure's
hands up.
on.
Keep
With
working
that
the
eye
jab,
completely
okay?
shut, the
Double up
pressure
the
is on.
jab.
Yeah, this is where you're really ultimately being tested as a fighter, as a human being, as a man.
The Undertaker's throwing lots of punches, and not many are landing. What's that old saying? Hey, you put enough out there, something's going to stick.
Well, at least he's controlling the rhythm. He's keeping control of the pace right now. And at least when you're throwing, your opponent, for the most part, is being handcuffed a little bit.
Good combination to the head.
That's beautiful. You make the guy miss you, man.
That uppercut absolutely rocked him. Look at that. Every punch landed in that combination, and he goes down hard.
2, 3.
Reed's back up on his feet. What will he look like in the next few moments of this fight? That's the big question. And that had some fight to it, that right hand by Reed. Took a shot, now he gives a left. Wow, just like the old timers, a 4-punch combination. He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. What a damaging blow. Nice hook upstairs. And now he scores well with the straight right. The Undertaker's now feeling the effects, Teddy, of having his opponent punch right into that guard.
Well, he should feel the effects. I mean, look, Joe, it's kind of like standing out in the rainstorm with an umbrella, and all of a sudden the wind's coming. And the rain's coming from the side. And you're standing there under the umbrella and say, why am I getting wet? Well, you're standing there covered up. The punches are coming from the side. They're coming from all angles. You're going to get wet.
You're not always protected. Let's look at Teddy's scorecard here at the beginning of round number 8. One-sided on the scorecard, but not reality. Not at all. Both guys have landed on the upper.
And they've both been affected. And that's why this fight is nowhere near being over.
More and more punishment is being doled out. Reed's face is absorbing, and it's not holding up.
It looks like it's sunset right here.
And banging away he goes. Once again he goes down. Can he survive this?
3, 4, 5.
Reed is back up, but is he back in the fight?
We're going to find out in a second whether or not he moves his head. Now, if he just stands there straight and you're the trainer, you better get up on those steps and stop him. He's not right.
Goes up top again. He's showing what a skilled fighter he is with his counterpunch. He got hit, but he sent it right back. 90 seconds to go, halfway through round 8. In a strange way, now it could create an offensive opportunity. The Undertaker's opponent is drawn to that cut he opened up, but it's now to force him to be reckless coming back.
You're exactly right. You know, if you're the one cut, you have a job to do. You have a responsibility. You know, don't let that throw you off. You know, maybe your game plan. But if you cause the cut, you have something that's a responsibility. Don't get over anxious, like you just said. Don't just start going for broke. And that's exactly what he's doing.
They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Oh, a nice 2-punch combo by Real Deal. The Undertaker's right hand scores well that time.
If you hit the mark.
Reed's got to do something different. A start to a new round, maybe the start to a new beginning of this fight. Because what we've seen so far, it's been nothing at all. Jabbing it straight by Reed. Real Deal! Been having great success with these combinations, Teddy.
Well, there's a reason for it. He's using his jab to start it. And then he's letting the punches go, letting their hands follow.
And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. The old 1-2 scores for him. Good flush shot upstairs. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. 90 seconds into the 9th round.
Relax, relax. There you go.
Good return fire that time. Counter punch up top. Southpaw right jab, then the left hand.
Nice work.
the trigger right away after taking one. Good combination by Real Deal. And that's the end of round 9. You know, Teddy, I'm looking at that cut as he's in the corner now, and it doesn't look good at all. Do you think he thinks he has to go out there and try to end this fight?
Not only does he think it, I think he's right. I think that he probably has very little time left before the referee or the judge is going to stop this. And he needs to be thinking that way if he's not.
And bang, and away he goes, able to land that power punch.
Trying to force his way in that front door, and he got smacked with that door.
Good shot to the head with that right hand. Scored well with that straight left. Protecting his head well with his guard. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Good work on the outside from him.
And that was set up by his inside fighting earlier. A place where, quite honestly, I expected him to be all night long. But now he's getting the privilege, he's getting the luxury of being able to stay outside a little bit.
There he is zoning in, the old 1-2. Just not there, straight right hand off the mark. Throws a counter punch there. Very nice work to the head, the right hand landed.
Right, Vince.
And you see what he can do when he sends that right to the head. Not getting it done with that straight right hand. Accurate jab brings the right hand. How about that left hand? Very close fight. Tough to score some of those rounds.
Get in!
They did.
You gonna call me a fucking bum hunter again, bitch?
To the ring.
Suck my balls, bitch!
A well-deserved win by Real Deal. Unanimous decision, say the judges.
You can have your eyes closed and see that one, or almost closed.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.
Absolutely boxed your fucking ears off, bro. Battered you.